Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Raw Fury live stream. Here we are. Technical issues did occur, which they always do every time we do any kind of stream, and that's part of stream tradition. But here we are to play a game that we haven't really shown super much of. And there is a lot that's been happening over the last couple of weeks. So, I'm Liam O'Neill, producer and protector of the realm at Raw Fury, and on my right and your left is...
I think you could hit the stop button.
No, that's a different program. We are live.
Okay. I was just making sure.
We're on the internet, Gordon.
I'm Gordon.
Yeah, you have to say hi to the webcam.
I'm Gordon.
This is Gordon.
It's like a bright green, or not green,
bright.
but it's a bright circle.
It is pretty bright.
And it's
So
not
the green screen will work.
It's not green at all.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Okay,
colorblind, and my name is Gordon. I am co-founder of Raw Fury and also protector of Kingdom. I
Protector
guess.
of Kingdom. Steal my titles.
Yeah, I did.
Steal my titles. Okay,
Yeah,
so Gordon is the
I
game director.
did.
Thing. Okay, so Gordon is the game director for Kingdom Two Crowns, and you've played. I think on average we have a professional mathematician who's still counting. You've played 4 million hours of Kingdom, correct? And I've played not as many. So we're gonna do co-op today, and Gordon's gonna try to contain himself at how bad I am at the game.
Yeah, you really suck.
I really am not as good as you are, is the way I'd express it, but hey. So let us know if the sound is okay. I saw that someone mentioned the microphone was a bit low, so we just boosted that up. Let us know if we need to do that anymore. But Gordon, let's go ahead and start a new game.
Well,
And you can
what
take
we
the
should point
controller
out, we
over
should
there.
point out that there's multiple save slots for
That's a good point.
because we switched to a campaign mode, and the big difference is the campaign mode was to move us away from the roguelike scenario. Oh, let me pick. Why is it staying the same? No. Okay.
This is a good time to mention that this is a development build that we barely tested, and it will most likely crash and break horribly during the stream.
Oh, come on. I want a good color.
You know what? That was pretty cool.
I'll go with this. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with just some single player, and one of the big things of Kingdom 2 Crown is obviously the co-op, so I'll jump in just a bit, but Gordon, feel free to just hop in and show off the start. Feel free.
For free?
For free.
For free?
Go ahead and play.
My controller is not working.
Is it not working? Try this
No.
one. See if this works. Is that better?
Yeah. But from brow remove. I skipped the tutorial because I don't need the tutorial.
You don't need the tutorial. You've played this before.
I'm pro.
But for the people who haven't played the game before, what are you doing right now?
I'm basically setting up my camp, and this is like a technique that I use to start getting quite a bit of economy going. So one of the main sources of coins and economy in this game is hunting. So your archers will start hunting, and they'll start hunting rabbits. And one of the key things is...
Keep talking, I just need to fix this stream.
Is grass. It actually grows in the game, even though it's like just a few pixels.
Yep.
It actually grows, and what you want to do is any grass behind your wall towards your camp will not grow this tall grass that you see. Oh, no, I guess nobody can see me pointing at the screen.
You're standing on the grass right now.
Watch this technology. So the tall grass is where the rabbits spawn from. Just to, pro tip there. And that grass you need to grow outside of your kingdom. So they will not grow inside the wall. So what you want to do is clear this first patch out here really quick, and then you get a lot of grass that'll grow, and you get a lot of tall grass, so you get more rabbits, so you have a faster economy in the beginning to start kind of building up your walls, building up everything, and getting it getting it set up and sorted.
Yeah. So there was some mention that there was a bit of frame drop. Is that looking better now? I just changed something in the stream settings. Let us know if that's still happening, and we'll reset the stream. As you say, there's always technical issues when we stream. It's our tradition. Okay, so right now you're collecting peasants that are going to come back to your kingdom, and you can give them different professions, right?
Exactly. So you can give them different roles. So we have archers in the beginning and builders. So those are your core citizens.
Quality is nicer now. We're not dropping frames anymore. Hopefully we aren't. Be able to continue, Gordon. We good?
Yeah, so we were talking about the basic citizens. So in 2 Crowns we've added a new citizen, which is a pikeman. So basically their role is to really defend and protect the wall. Because what ended up happening with the way the behavior of the greed, they kind of collect against the wall.
Right.
And your archers kind of had bad aim, so they would often hit the wall or it would bounce off, and it just kind of became frustrating. So we like to try and solve issues within the game, if possible, with smart gameplay features.
Right.
That's one of the ways that we try to handle everything in Kingdom. It's like if there's something that's not working out, we don't necessarily want to change the other behavior of certain gameplay that works in most cases. We want to solve it in a clever way if possible.
We try to be clever when possible. I like that approach. So there are a couple of things for people who've played Kingdom New Lands a bunch. They'll see some kind of new characters here in the town, and you can see the background is brand new for 2 Crowns. A couple of new things everywhere. Like what's our goal there?
We've redone almost all the art, and by release, I think pretty much everything will be redone. And we just wanted to kind of bring it in, kind of make sure that everything connected and felt similar. So we have artists now. It's not just Thomas doing all the art and Martin, who helped us with New Lands, but now we're redoing everything so that it feels more cohesive in the art style, and I think it's just like it feels better. It feels nice to see this game getting a facelift to match all the gameplay content that's hidden in the background and code, that it's not as obvious to players. So I think it's important to kind of give a visual representation of the changes and updates that's happened.
Definitely. So if you're just joining the stream, this is Kingdom 2 Crowns, the upcoming game from Raw Fury, Noyo, and Coatsink. We had some frame drops at the start, so if you missed anything, I'm Liam, I'm a producer here at Raw Fury. I'm not an expert at Kingdom. This is Gordon, he's the game director for Kingdom 2 Crowns, and he is an expert at Kingdom.
And designed 2 Crowns.
And he designed, you're designing 2 Crowns.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop in and play with you. Can I do that?
But I get lots of feedback from Thomas, who is the creator of Kingdom, it wouldn't exist at all without him. And I really enjoy working with him. So we've created a really good relationship, and it's it's kind of special that he felt like he trusted us enough, and myself, Raw Fury and myself, to kind of help bring this game and keep working on this and do new stuff.
Do you want to hand me the other controller and I'll hop in and just, if it works?
And one thing to point out about co-op is co-op is
nope.
It's not working, the controller.
Co-op is no. Is it plugged in?
Press this.
Does that work?
Yeah, because that's not even working.
Should I just reset it?
Plug it out.
Oh, it's vibrating. I'll say it one more time for anybody who missed it at the start. This is a development build. We haven't had a chance to super much test it, but we thought we'd show
super
some...
much.
Super much. It's a word. It's 2 words. It's a double word. But we thought we'd show off some of the progress anyway. I'm still not getting in. Should I try restarting the campaign? is the issue we had yesterday that we thought we fixed. Frisky Donut says that they'll happily test the game for us. Thank you, Frisky. We'll definitely take you up on that.
Well, we are going to have a beta.
I'll restart it.
Likely in the beginning of August.
In the beginning of August, there's going to be a beta?
Yep. Nice. Why do you quit the game?
Because I want to
go and start a new campaign.
No, that's not going to work.
Liam and I agree all the time.
That's why I'm looking forward to building a kingdom together, because we can agree a lot. How do you get pikes? Leaped Wave 7 asks.
There will be a shop that'll appear.
You have to go to enter split screen.
I don't want to play with you yet.
Oh, come on, man.
Let's see where we're at.
Split screen. One of the most important things in any good co-op game is playing with a partner that you respect and enjoy playing with, and so we're going to do the opposite of that, apparently. Here we go. Interesting question. Domino asks, are you guys going to show off anything at Gamescom this year?
Yes, we're going to try and have a demo there. We'll be showing on the show floor. I can't say where yet, but it'll be likely with one of our partners, first party partners, so Microsoft or Sony or
one of the cool ones.
Another ones, but it's definitely probably the first one that I said.
Oh, all right. You've confirmed.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. That's why I'm trying to be a little elusive.
You've both confirmed and not confirmed. So I have a ghost that really wants me to go back to the town, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run this way. Right, fine.
One of the things that we've also done is why you see some kind of multicolored trees is now the game.
Oh shit.
That's the
that?
griffin.
The griffin?
Yeah.
This guy do. Can I do something with that?
You cannot. He's wounded now, which is why he can't fly. But
did you just say fly?
Yeah. Why he can't?
How do we get this guy non-wounded? I want to fly.
We have to get a gem. You can't fly. He's
There's
wounded.
no flying. Okay.
There's no flying.
Okay. Flying not confirmed. So what does the griffin do? Is that something
he can defend you?
Mm-hmm.
He's quite recently implemented, so I haven't actually got his feature to work. But like he's supposed to kind of blow back the greed and kind of give him a knockback effect. Yeah.
Question from Inbounds Gem 6227. What do you rate this game? I rate this
8 out of 8.
8 out of 8. Or also
8 out of great.
2 horses and a portal. That's what I rated. This portal's active, so that means that we're gonna get greed coming out pretty soon. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna run away. Where do we get the gems for this guy?
So, the gems, the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna introduce them on Island 2. What I wanted to do is kind of show off some of the new stuff, get people excited about this location, so that they actually go back. Mm-hmm. They want to go back to Land 1, and that's a big part of this experience with Two Crowns versus New Lands. It's like you retain your previous kingdoms, and you can protect them. You can, so you have to build them up, protect them, and when you leave, decay happens. So when you leave, how you leave your kingdom has a big impact now. Right. So the more walls you have, the better protected your kingdom is, so it gives more value to growing your kingdom, gives more value to expanding it. Something happened.
Run away!
In this
Run
build.
away!
I think you have. Why are you getting it so many? There shouldn't be that many greed attacking, so there's probably a bug. We might actually be in trouble because there's quite a few of them.
Many. We can buy them off. So I bought a few off.
But I just recently fixed those waves. Oh.
Works on my PC.
But anyways, we wanted to improve the reasons why you would build up your kingdom, why you would expand it, why you would build it up. And you go back, depending on what walls you have, they can withstand a longer time, and you got to go back. Right. Also, what is happening is as time progresses, when you go to a land, you start from the early state of a few greed, and then they start progressively get a little bit more difficult. Mm-hmm. But one of the key things is when you leave though, that those days keep counting. So the longer you stay away, you have decay, plus you have more difficult greed to fend off as time when you go back. So it's not going to be as easy to defend against them. So I'm going to kind of start expanding this. Another new thing that people notice is that, to emphasize the expansion of your kingdom, we also wanted to make it to where the wall would, expand out with your kingdom as well, and not used to stay just within the camp. So we've changed that so that that expands so you can see it, and the new shops only appear based, like it just did, based on how you expand. So when decay happens, you could come back and you don't have farmers, you don't have access to pikemen, you don't have your catapult shops, and that will make it more, it makes it, more challenging. So you'll go back, but it makes the bank more valuable. So
Right.
this guy's actually a banker. Some people get confused. They think he's a priest or I don't know what, different things, book salesman. And it's like, so what happens is when you save that money, when you come back, if there's decay, you can start getting that money from the banker and start repairing things a bit quicker, converting your citizens back to jobs. So you'll lose your citizens and they'll be just sitting around without jobs. So you don't have to re-recruit the peasants, but you will have to repurchase tools for them depending on how bad the decay is.
Okay. But obviously I'll get a griffin, so it'll be worth it.
When you return. But we also did stuff to try and make that progression faster and also not feel so unfair and punishing. So like when you build a ship, you're going to, on the first island, you'll get all the parts.
Yeah.
So it'll be really quick to get away. It's like, and technically you could, like a really good player will be able to build the ship and get away within the first 3 or 4 days.
Cool.
But the downside of that is that would also mean that you would leave your kingdom quite unprotected with not quite very many walls.
Of course.
So then so there's a balance, right? So you've got to play, strategy, and that's like, what do you want to do? How do you want to approach this? Do you want to take that risk? And that's something that I've tried to do as much as possible with Two Crowns. It's like making more choices impact strategy instead of having them just be kind of without any thought. And it goes back to the griffin and the gems. Why did we introduce gems? Gems is a new feature. The reason behind gems came about a discussion of how do we do the unlocks. We didn't want to use the unlock system in Kingdom Newlands because it was very obtuse. It was like, what the hell does this mean? What is this random little piece of 4 pixels flying up into the sky from a signpost? It just didn't resonate at all.
The hole is really long.
Oh no. Why did I do that? That was a stupid move. Oh! Let me drop that coin.
I thought I was going to be this stupid. Do the stupid stuff.
No, I'm talking.
So,
I stole your coin.
Speaking of talking, let's take some questions from the chat.
Right.
Someone who asked if they can send us fan mail. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
Please send us fan mail.
It is really warm in Sweden right now, and we could definitely use some fans. They're like sold out everywhere. Is that what they meant?
That's exactly, yeah.
Okay. Was that a dad joke?
Gordon is a dad.
That was a dad joke.
And that's just been confirmed.
I've spread my DNA for the detriment of. Why did you build that?
I want to farm.
That was. Oh my god.
It's time to farm. Farming gives you
Jesus.
money.
Look, so when you have walls like that, you limit how wide the farm can be. So we can maybe at the most have one, if we're lucky, 2 plots of field. But like, why would you build that there?
Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna upgrade it.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade it. Maybe that'll help.
That was it. Yeah, what a great use of coins.
So why can't I upgrade it? Someone asked, is this gonna be an Xbox? Yes, it absolutely will be an Xbox.
Did I lose my camera? Did one of us, the camera broke?
No.
No.
We're fine. I just
we look identical. That really screwed me up. Or you're tanner.
No, we don't. We're different.
Yeah, you're tanner.
Let me just scroll up the chat. I feel like I missed the question that I wanted to look at.
New merchant. He's so creepy.
Hold on 1 second, Gordon. I'm just gonna move the window.
Oh my god, that ruined it for me.
The game over.
Alright, here's the... Oh, what happened to these dudes? So here's the new boat dock. So here's another upside with the boat. So another upside with the new way the boat, because in Newlands it was part of the gameplay loop was to push the boat, and it created some tension. But the tension doesn't come from that in Two Crowns, so it's quite different. So the boat was great. It is a mechanism to travel between your different kingdoms, as I've been referring to them as, or lands. But what you do now is you build it and you launch from here. But in the same tradition of New Lands, to keep that, it was really cool that you would kind of crash the boat.
Right.
So in the beginning of the stream, if you were watching, then you would see that there was a lighthouse. So the lighthouse is actually, you're going to have to basically remove a greed overgrowth on the dock.
Hold up,
and then once you do that, then you can build. Once you free the dock from the greed, then you'll be able to build a lighthouse, and then you'll be able to travel between the different lands without crashing your boat.
What's a greed overgrowth?
It's something I just made up. I'm doing a Peter Molyneux.
Nice. Just designing on the fly.
No, actually, I've already had this in my head. But we don't have the art for it yet. But it will be. Basically, what it will be is it'll be kind of like the cave, but it'll be for that, and you'll just destroy it. It's very similar to the portals. Seems like we got to build with multiple portals. I put a portal on land 1 to test something. It was more for testing, and then it got into this build, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited until after the stream. Oh no, this is the cave side. Okay. But we were getting attacked by both sides.
Yeah, we were, because there was a portal on the left, and that's the main portal. A couple questions from the chat. There was someone who asked about online co-op. If you're going to be able to, when you're playing online, there is online co-op.
These lights are killing me.
Yeah, it's pretty. There is online co-op, correct?
Yes.
And if I play online co-op, are we playing a split screen, or can I play on just a single screen?
It's single screen.
Single screen. Okay.
The funny thing is, though, I thought about it. We might want to add the ability to enable split screen, because I think sometimes people want to see where their friend is at or what the situation is without having to use voice communication and talk to each other. So maybe people don't have a microphone or something set up. So we need to find a smart way to make that easy to enable.
Right. There was another question.
Did you go and take all the treasure chests?
Yes. The frame drop should be fixed again now. Sorry about that. It's me.
That happened again?
It's me trying to push the quality. We're gonna apparently get Korean instant ramen that's super spicy. That's cool.
Somebody asked me what my favorite alcohol drink is.
What's your favorite alcohol drink?
Drink. The ones I get the most is I like an old fashioned, but it depends. But typically what I do is I just get vodka on the rocks.
Vodka.
Just straight.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, and the other thing that I like for beer, I like Einstock, their white ale. It's so good. It's an Icelandic microbrew. It's really freaking good.
Very cool. Someone asked in the Discord channel, Ionosaur. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Will the beta build in August be available to the public? They ask.
What?
The beta that we're doing in August, which you confirmed.
Closed beta.
Closed beta.
Not to all public.
So if you're on our Discord...
Probably.
Probably.
Maybe.
Most probably, or...
Trusted individuals. We are working with Xbox to do it on Xbox One. Cool. Do a closed beta there as well. They have a really cool system, which enables us to give away keys for that and let people test it on Xbox. It's Steam is quite easy to know that things are working. It's easier to build on PC. It's more, there's more technical challenges because on console you have a really specific operating system, and you have they've built really great tools. To me, it's not a bad thing. It's it could. I don't want it to come off as it's harder on console, but there are some challenges, but there's huge benefits for that. They have a great friend system, an easy way to connect and join and play with each other. This beer is making me burp a little. Sorry. So, what we want to do is we want to utilize that friend system. So that's how you'll join. You can invite a friend to come and play with you and
Cool.
jump in a game. So yeah, and it's really critical. So I mean, but the downside of that is like we're small. You know, Raw Fury small. You know, we're all small teams. We don't have the bandwidth to create our own online system. So we're really dependent on Steam's system, on Xbox's system, on PlayStations and Switch and Nintendo. So it's like those are really critical for us to get that, get it working. Get rid of them. Drop a coin wall.
I don't have any coins.
What?
I spent all my coins on the boat.
Oh, you bought the boat?
I bought the
No,
boat.
we were. Oh, so what we should have done was built a wall
Nah.
to block the
No,
greed
man.
while the
No,
builders
no,
are
no.
putting together the boat because
No
it comes
way.
in little pieces.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna protect them.
Oh,
Okay.
like protector of the realm.
Exactly. That's what I do.
Oh,
That's
I'm,
what I do.
I'm the protector.
Is that how I sound?
Yeah.
When I asked the chat, is that how I sound?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Is that how Liam sounds? Oh.
And yes, to the question about Cinder, indeed, Cinder is our new Voice of Fury community manager extraordinaire.
We've never met her.
Ask her a ton of crazy questions in the chat if you want. Freaky questions.
I say stranger danger.
Stranger danger. Ionosaur would be overwhelmingly willing to test the beta. Thank you. We want you to. This is how Cinder gets fired, yeah. Day 2. No pressure. Jammy, please
Wait,
don't
why-
please don't stick yourself in a box.
Crap. You got hit by greed.
Oh man. Rookie mistake. I'd never
I
do
know.
that. I'm hiding. Okay,
So here's an interesting
Yes.
thing. I've been trying to figure out like the approximate playtime for a campaign, and I think for most people, it could actually take around 40 hours, because you're gonna have 5 kingdoms that you're gonna have to look after.
So I'm managing all 5 basically by going back and forth.
Yeah,
a little bit.
exactly, and building up. You find the other technologies, you find the other unlocks. One of the things we've added a new hermit, and that hermit is to upgrade your farm, and it creates a stable.
Right.
And then all the steeds that you've unlocked, they will come to those stables. So you'll have all your different steeds on all the different lands. One thing though is that there's a finite amount of gems. There's not an indefinite amount like you have with coins. And you find the gems in the forest in a treasure chest. So what that does is that means there's less gems than there are total unlocks. And the
you gotta
more
choose
powerful
what you want.
unlocks, yeah. So a really powerful steed, like a unicorn,
Yeah.
who can generate gold for you by pooping it.
Yep.
That's
a thing.
That's quite an advantage. So that steed, I made it either cost 3 or 4 gems. So it's like, but you know, the upgraded steed that has more stamina and is a little bit faster, that would cost 1.
Okay. So before anybody asks, microtransactions,
What? Is that a
you aren't
legitimate question?
You aren't going to be able to buy gems, are you?
Is that a legitimate question?
Just want to clarify it for the internet.
But did somebody ask that?
No,
Okay.
before anybody asks, we're not selling gems, right?
Not in the West.
Not in the West. Alright. Fairly confirmed. There was another question for you. Let's see. Something about. I want to get the name as well. I remember the question. I don't remember the name. Water Buffalo asks, Gordon, what's the highest day you've ever got to? I guess this is a question for 2 crowns or for previous games as well. So do new rounds.
I don't remember.
Millions.
No, I don't remember. Like I played it so many freaking times, and you know, like playtest things a lot. So it's like, I know it's a crappy answer, but I have no
Lame.
I have no recollection.
You should have made something up like 2,000.
250,000 million.
Such a dirt. Starforce 36 asks, so does gems basically put a limit on what you can unlock at once? So yeah,
Yes.
you have to choose what you want to prioritize with your gems. So like the examples on this island that I've seen now, we have the Griffin that we can come back for, and we have the Shrine in the Forest, which also costs gems now. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so all upgrades cost gems.
Right.
And again, it's about strategic choices. Like if you can just get everything, that's not very interesting, right? It doesn't create interesting choices. It doesn't create interesting scenarios. And that's what it's really about, is like how do we create interesting choices for... Take that coin. Take it.
Our base is really big now.
Yeah. So basically I expanded it a little too late, and so what ended up happening is the archers, it takes them a little while to reposition themselves. Just build the boat. Do we have enough builders?
I've made at least...
We should move on.
I think we have 3 builders. So will we be able to get some gems now?
Yes.
We go to the next level.
Hopefully, if the build doesn't crash. This is a build in development. It has very little testing, so yeah.
So this is actually...
So look, why did you make so many farmers? I told you could only make one plot.
I want to make money, you know. Cause
now they're doing nothing, and they're going to throw their tools back in the water.
No.
Because they're going to get angry with you.
We're like the worst monarchs of all time, because we're leaving our kingdom.
You're the worst monarch.
We're like leaving. And these guys are left there. There's no food. So I thought we'll leave some farmers and they'll take care of the people.
They're gonna only do one plot.
Yeah, but I don't think we need to apply a lot of realism or strategy to this.
This is basically what it's like to work with each other as well.
Yeah. This is how we usually talk to each other. I have, however, put a lot of money into the bank, so we actually have quite a cash house. I'm curious though. So the building I'm standing by now has the coin slots icons, but they're marked with a red line. What does that mean?
So that was a way. I don't know if I like it, but it's a way to try and communicate to players that there's something that you have to find or unlock or do to enable you to progress in upgrading, so that players knew that they could upgrade, but there's something that they had to do before that.
So how do we get the boat to deboat itself?
In this funky view that aspect ratio you've given us, it doesn't really show it.
Oh my!
We could actually switch to. Oh.
We're playing on a. Oh no!
Shit!
Don't do that.
What did I do?
You did full screen.
God, that was by accident.
I don't know if that breaks the stream or not. Let me
no,
fix that.
Now we're back.
Yeah.
We're back. It's your boy.
It's your stream.
That makes lots of mistakes.
Here we are.
Yeah. So let's sail on.
How do we do that?
We should be able to.
I see a coin there. Okay. I'm spazzing
out. Oh, that's a coin.
I'm spazzing out. Look at that.
Yeah.
Literally unplayable. Development build. It's not finished.
Here's the new map.
So that portal there that I'm seeing on the second land, that's new.
Yeah, so basically that's to reflect whether you've defeated the greed on there. So the ultimate goal for you as a player, as a ruler, as a monarch, is to get to the technology level, which is the iron level, to be able to get the shop, and the shop gives you the ability to buy a bomb, and you're able to use the bomb to defeat the greed. But I'm not going to reveal how that happens, because that's kind of a surprise, and I shouldn't have even said what I said.
You can defeat the greed now?
Yeah, well, we've said that. That part we've confirmed, but I will neither confirm or deny that there was a bomb.
What is this?
Oh, there you go. There's the gems.
Fuck off.
I got 2 of them.
Is there going to be a vote kick? So can I drop my gem? I'm just curious how that looks.
Yep.
There's 2 different colors.
But so there's a mini game that I've discovered when I was playtesting, is that if you have a lot of coins, so say we came with a lot of coins and you grab the gems would be on top, and they take up space. And I actually had 3 of them create, like, because they're actually a physical object in the game. So when they're falling, there's physics and things. So you can actually get more coins in your bag depending on how coins fall in there. They can even stack on top of each other above the edge of the coin bag.
With the physics.
So it's like you can't control that, but it's like it's kind of random. But the coins basically block the top of the bag. So
the gems, you mean?
Yeah, the gems. So I had to like empty my bag and then empty the gems, because the gems are the last thing that you remove from your bag.
Right.
And then I had to fill it back up. So I picked up the gems first, then I picked up all
Can
the
you show
coins.
what that looks like one time when you just drop everything?
And then No!
Yes! No!
You suck.
No! Give me the gem!
Yes!
God damn. Karma.
I hate
I should have prepared better for that. And once again, we see the benefits of playing with a friend.
Yeah, exactly. A friend.
So aggressive, Corey.
Give me some coins.
Yeah, I wanna go back to the first land now and get the griffin. That's what I wanna do. Can we do that? How do we do that?
We'll have to rebuild the boat, so we need to create our basic defenses.
So I'm just gonna
first.
prioritize the boats immediately.
What? No, don't. I didn't even
Is
get
there a
any of
reason
those
not to
coins.
do that? Is
Give me the
there
coin.
any strategic reason for it?
Yes, because we're gonna lose our builders, and it's
I'm gonna
bad.
get the doggo.
It's a nightmare.
I got the doggo. More gems. Oh no. No. See, I like what you taught me earlier about how I'm dropping the coins first. So when you play with a friend,
Oh, my horse is
you,
dead.
you just drop the coins first and you can pick them up. Someone's calling me an idiot, and that would be an appropriate comment. So I'm seeing a lot of new art here. There's some like some purple stones in the background. And
Yeah, these are the stones. We're trying to do more to differentiate the different locations. So we have monuments in the background. We're trying to do more stuff because the portal spawned. And
What the
fuck? My goodness, there's definitely a bug because I don't know why
go,
there should not be that many.
Go. They stole my dog! Assholes. That dog had a very short life.
Oh my
How many
goodness.
are there?
I don't know, but this is totally wrong. This is not how many I set in the way. And you know what? You
save
deserve
me?
it. Now you're gonna lose our
Can you
gems.
save me? I have no stamina. No! Get away! Oh, this is an exploit. This is good. We're not gonna patch this, are we? Yes. This is amazing.
Oh, we definitely gotta fix that. Look, we just lost a worker. This is why.
I still have 4 gems.
This is why you gotta play with someone who doesn't suck.
That's true. Okay, there's
So
gonna be.
you lost a whole bag of coins.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lost gems.
We gotta build up. There's no time to argue. We have to.
No, you didn't lose the gems, but you should lose the gems.
I lost 1.
So the greed can actually take your gems.
Yeah, they took my dog and they took 1 gem. Somebody asked Jamie. You asked what are the new things in the bag. These are the gems. These are the things that you can use to buy upgrades. And this is how we're gonna get the griffin on land 1, which I'm all about.
I don't ever want to play this game with you.
Yeah, same.
Especially if I'm trying to like accomplish something.
I think we've accomplished a lot.
And progress.
We built a boat. We built a farm.
Yeah, but
We
like
moved on.
I made those things so easy. Like I intentionally made those things really easy to achieve because I wanted more players to at least experience those things. And I think a lot of players didn't get to experience that in New Lands. It was maybe the difficulty curve was a bit too high on the first land.
So folks, this is what happens when you play with the game director.
And someone who knows how to play the game. I'm sure plenty of the people watching the stream would be a far better friend to play with than you.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do then. Hang on. First, I'm gonna use a gem. I've got an interesting suggestion for you, Gordon.
That's the farmer. I mean the stable, the horse whisperer.
That's what that is. So is this where I'm gonna put the griffin?
No, you have to
Oh, right.
upgrade. You upgrade. You can upgrade fully upgraded buildings and structures. So walls are things that hermits can do, but only certain hermits can upgrade certain structures.
Right. So there's the ballista, and there's a couple other ones.
Exactly.
Cool. I've got a suggestion for you, Gordon.
There's also a horn.
That's cool.
So the horn one will be on the wall. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to rally the troops from the other side to that wall.
Oh, that's good. Yes, I need that. I've got a suggestion for you, Gordon.
No,
As soon as we get online co-op working, how would you feel about playing online with somebody from our Discord and we can stream it?
During the beta?
Yeah, during the beta.
Huh? As long as they don't suck.
Feel bad for whoever's going to play with you. What is this thing over here? What's that?
Ooh,
I just built something.
What?
I don't know. It's like a big.
That's
thing.
that's the new way to unlock stone. So you basically create a mine, and instead of like it was really this obscure like symbolic shrine thing, and
Right.
most people never got it. So there was quite a few things that were quite maybe they were too like I don't know what the right word is for it, but they're too cryptic.
Okay.
That's probably the best way.
We have a couple people who want to play with you. So we'll make that happen during the beta.
So
I don't think you should. No. I really want to get the stable now, even though we don't have any other mounts. So where are the mounts? You know where they are?
somewhere. There should be the great stag. So we've kept a lot of these mounts. We're going to kind of tweak them up a little bit, change. I'm going to do a pass on how they behave and try and kind of make some improvements on them so that they fit more with the the gameplay changes that have come with 2 crowns. But they're really cool, so we didn't want to get rid of them. But we're definitely going to do some art passes on them, kind of tweak, improve the animations if we can, and just kind of do some passes on them so that they have a fresh coat of paint.
Nice.
Horrible way to describe
It's
it.
like a car salesman.
Exactly. We put an air freshener in here and vacuum between the vents.
I don't think we can make that joke go any further.
Well, try.
But we did try. Water Buffalo is past day 200 on Kingdom Newlands, so he thinks, he or she thinks, that you're going to want to play with them the most.
Oh, Jesus.
Whereas Jammy suggests we find the worst possible player. I think we've done that already.
Yeah,
We've
exactly.
covered that, Jammy. That's. I guess
Basically, it is Lee.
it's your boy, the worst.
The worst.
I have to play a little worse when I play with you because I enjoy it.
Really frustrating. Where's he going?
So if you have any questions about Kingdom 2 Crowns, feel free to drop them in the chat. And if you're interested in participating in our beta, which is happening in August, definitely check out our Discord channel. The link to the Discord is either there or there. Sometimes. Check it out. We hang out in the Discord a lot, and you can bug us at all times of day and ask us crazy questions. So Shinopal asks, Hermit didn't drop off his back at town? I still have the Hermit, even though I've been back to town. What's that all about? How does that work?
Nope.
Can I have your horse?
Yep.
Your horse.
A little ways that
Let's do that. Why hasn't my Hermit fallen off my back yet? How does that work?
You have to be near the town.
Gems to the peasants. I don't understand. Got even more gems.
Yeah, found another treasure chest.
Cool.
It was light. It's killing me.
Frisky Donuts asks, the center divider, will it reflect your tech age? Will it turn into
Yes.
stone and iron?
Good observation. But it's connected with the upgrading of your town keep. Oh, jeez, that happened to both of us.
I lost my Hermit.
Bad.
I lost 2 gems.
No.
Fuck off. Give them what they want, Gordon.
No.
We're not strong enough. Shit.
Oh my God.
We die now. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, what happened?
They took my crown.
Did they take mine too?
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, fuck you.
Why do we have so many attacking
I have
us?
no crown.
I need to get some.
Did you balance this at all, Gordon?
Yes, but like, I don't know why we're getting attacked by so many, because I intentionally made it much slower because I don't want the tension moments to be normal waves. I want the tension moments to come from blood moons. Because now blood moons will be consistent. It's not like every 5 to 6 nights. Now it's I've set when exactly they happen. So what happens is we have seasons now. So that's a good thing to say. We have spring, summer, fall, winter,
And they
or
loop.
autumn.
They loop around now.
So they loop. So those end. We do it in cycles of a year, right? Since there's 4 seasons.
No.
I think we're gonna die because it's something seriously bad happened with the balance.
One question for you. I lost my crown. What does that mean? Like, in what way does that... Did they stop? No, there's still... what happens when you lose your crown? I'm still running around. I'm still collecting coins.
So, I could fix it for you, but I don't want to. What ends up happening is, like, you can still pick up coins, but you can't buy anything.
Right.
So you... what are the archers doing? Kill them! Something is happening. There's the wrong spawn wave is basically attacking. So we need to beef up these walls because we are in trouble.
When you say we, I hope you mean you, because I can't do much. I'm just going to give you money.
So, yeah, give me the money, and then I can, if we... Let's go out into this clearing. I can basically forge you new crowns, but we don't have enough coins.
You can forge it?
Yep. So
I'm just a sidekick now.
Originally, we are going to have it connected to the technology age when you can do that, but that would really suck. We realized as an experience because it's like, why would you want to go around forever? And yeah, did you get all the coins from that?
No, he didn't drop any. We got to get the merchant some money. So you can go merch stuff. Demoted to peasant status. That's what just happened. A crownless monarch can be useful to take gold that is lost during a bad blood moon. That's interesting. So this could actually be a pretty interesting strategy during a blood moon. Which, for those of you who don't know what a blood moon is, the moon is red and it's a horrible night of a ton of enemies. They're very, very scary and they happen once in a while.
We've done a really bad job. Yeah,
can you give money to the merchant? Because we gotta make some cash. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna give you the money.
We need to clear out some of these trees because we don't have enough tall grass, so our archers haven't really earned a lot of money. We've done a really, really crappy job.
That's good. It would be a shame if we showed people how to play.
Yeah, exactly. It was on purpose. Completely.
So Gordon, you were saying something about Frisky Donuts wants to know. You were saying something about the greed cycle instead of every 5 to 6 days.
So basically, I set when it is. Okay. So what we're going to help with system performance, because having a lot of different characters on this game, it's like the game has to track all these. So when you have hundreds of characters, no matter how powerful your machine is, it's like the engine has a limitation. Right. So it's like, and I think it's also more interesting that what we'll do is we'll start to increase the amount of blood moons. So there'll be a shorter gap between them as time progresses. And a key thing about 2 crowns also is that when you lose your crown, you don't lose everything. Yeah. You actually start as a new set of rulers or a ruler, depending if you're playing co-op single player.
Do we go back to our old kingdom?
And you would go back to your first kingdom, and then 100 days has passed.
100 days?
So that you get 100 days of decay plus however long you were away from that.
But decay isn't counted as like 100 days in normal play, and 100 decay days are kind of different, correct?
No.
Not at all?
No.
So our old kingdom's going to be smooth?
Well, it depends on how you left it.
Okay.
So
is it realistic for it to survive 100 days? Is that a long time? Okay. We might tweak that at some point.
I mean, we make up everything as we go, right? So
it's game development.
Exactly. So there is no truth or lies when it comes to this.
100 days of lies. Come on, spending money on archers. You got to give me a crown so I can lose it.
No, that's like I think we're all safer if you don't have a crown.
It's better that way. I'm gonna explore. I'm gonna see if I can find a chest that we missed. I don't think we missed the chest, but I'm looking for it.
No, I don't think we did. I looked as well. I think you took it all and then you lost it all.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Hopefully these guys I don't know if we can resurrect this scenario, but now we're gonna get some more tall grass. We got some grass growing.
Hold on. What? No, never mind. What? If I had your mount, I would be able to pull in deer to the colony, so to speak.
Yes, the deer fall in love with you, and then you can kind of lead them to their demise.
So that's a useful strategy because I can't get attacked as the crownless.
No, but like those features will be off for you, so you don't get any of the buffs as well. So
No fun allowed. I have a ton of coins now.
I'm gonna see if I can get this guy. Oh, you do? Where'd you get the? Oh, you took him from the merchant.
I did.
See, you shouldn't be able to do that as well. Fall in love with me. Yes. Do it.
You have to say it because it's voice detected.
Exactly.
Here you go.
We're using.
Make me a crown.
We're using Connect. Voice.
Are we really? That'd be cool. Is Connect still a thing? Like I never.
No, it
I never
disconnected.
used it. Okay. That just happened. Make me a crown, please. Come on, dude.
You don't deserve a crown.
Come on, that'd be really nice.
No.
Remember, I reminded you to give money to the merchant. So it's actually all thanks to
Where
me.
did the merchant go?
I sent him back to. Actually,
Oh.
I didn't. I don't know how to do that.
Where the hell did he go? Somebody did. He's going back.
Did someone join our game? Leo, is that you?
Did you send him? Here's the crappy thing. This like RNG was really bad to us because they put the merchant really close. And if you cut down a tree, then you basically
Can you make me a crown?
lose everything.
Make me a crown. Come on, be a good co-op. Do you have to run away from me to make the crown, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Water Buffalo asks, Gordon, are you aware of the record for days that survived in one round? I couldn't seem to find it anywhere.
No.
It's
I'm so horrible. It's like the worst answers to
Make me a
one of my
crown!
most questions.
Come on! I've been crownless for so long.
It's a waste.
Well, that looks good. Thank you. I'm gonna go do something clever. Hashtag crown for Liam. Thank you, the toileter. You're my favorite stream viewer. I'm gonna play
That'll
it really
change
well now.
quickly. No.
Okay, the toileter, you get to decide what I do with this crown. You tell me what to do, and I'm gonna do it.
There's no grass growing past the dock. We need to fix that.
We do need to fix that.
One thing, like, it can really, it doesn't feel good when grass doesn't grow. So
Right.
I've discussed this quite a few times with Thomas. Like, we should make grass grow. We should, especially if it rains, it feels like it makes sense that, like, oh, a new seed of grass started and starts growing. So hopefully there's a seed of grass. I think there's one. Oh, I keep pointing to the screen like people can see me pointing at the screen, but they can't.
They can.
But next to this kind of rock.
That's cool. So I gave some money to the merchant, and yes, the coin placement for the new crown was a bit bugged. Good time to remind anybody who's just joining the stream. This is a development build. We haven't tested this a ton, but we thought it'd be cool to show some progress that we made on Kingdom 2 crowns. This is our upcoming game, which is coming out for which platforms is this for?
Basically all the consoles and
All,
PC.
all the platforms. Just everything.
We'll do mobile, but it will come a bit later.
Okay.
We're not sure exactly when, but
Right.
there's some cool things we want to explore with that. Like, I can say it, but like, I definitely isn't a promise. But trying to find a way, like, is crossplay possible and things like that, and trying to see if we can do some interesting, cool things to make it more interesting to play on mobile. But I have zero clue if that's even possible. But
Right.
it was just a brain fart, so you can't hold me to that, audience people.
Yeah. Has there been a time when the arrangement of where you can build walls, farms, etc. messed you up?
Yeah.
Yes, for me as well.
Especially if, like, you don't get a good placement to protect the boat and you're building the boat, it's very risky.
Right.
Because then your guys are just sitting there and it's like the greed are coming towards that location. So
Yeah.
that one I think is quite risky.
I still have no money, so what do you... Okay. How would you feel about swapping mounts, and I can go hunt some deer, and you can focus on building?
Well, we can't. Well, I'd have to go back over there now.
Yeah, we can. Come on. Gordon is the worst co-op partner. Don't play with Gordon. See, I'm trying to work out a strategy here. But no.
Well, I'm trying to fix this mess you made. You put us in.
Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna solo this. Figure this out.
You put us in a bad,
Hang on a
bad
second.
situation.
We're in the Stone Age now.
Flintstones.
Do we have any builders?
I think we have like one.
No, we have two. We have two.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had 3 until you lost one of them.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any
all the
camps in a good location either. So this is like this is the thing. So there is some random generation.
Give me some
still.
money. I'll go grab the guys. The peasants.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to fix.
Give me some money.
They can't
Give me some
go
more
after
money.
your coins.
There's gonna be at least 4. So I need like 8 coins.
I think we'll keep playing past this because I want people to see.
Definitely.
Like we were only going to do it for an hour, but
We can play a
what
while.
the hell? Let's be wild and crazy, guys.
Let's do another 30 minutes or something. For the chat, a question for you. What would you like to see us try now, and what would you like to see in a future stream for Kingdom 2
We
Crowns?
probably can't do it though.
Probably can't do it. But for a future stream, what would you like to see? Is the question. Question from Shinopal. Can we upgrade the boat to a stone boat? Stone boats work, right?
What? I don't know. Houseboats are like concrete.
Concrete boats are a thing. Aren't they?
So,
So yeah, stone boats confirmed.
no, you will not have a stone boat. I don't really need a stone boat.
Right.
You don't get attacked. There's no naval additions. Maybe we'll Assassin's Creed our games and start like adding.
Oh my god. Get away from me!
Run!
These guys are trolling me too because I walked there and the portal shut off. Like, and then they came out anyway. Is that a bug or is
Yeah,
that...
that's a bug. Yeah, showstopper.
Showstopper. Must fix. From a logical perspective, won't it sink? I don't think so. I think a stone boat's gonna hang in there.
Why are you still talking about the stone boat?
I don't actually.
What?
Is it possible to dismount your mount ever? Says Ianosaur. Is it possible? You can swap your mount to another mount, but you aren't able to dismount your mount because you are a monarch on a high horse. That's the way it should be.
Your legs are broken.
Is that why you became a king? You couldn't
Exactly.
work the field, so you're like,
Exactly.
well, I guess I'll just be the rich one who...
It's a
collects
problem with
taxes.
gravity on this world because you can see
Okay.
most people are short and stumpy and they're able to maneuver, but the rulers are quite tall and that disables them from being able to walk in such a high gravity world.
Makes sense.
That's why the arrows don't go very far.
Ben Golden, yes, we missed your question, so it's good that you repeat your question because we didn't answer it. Is there going to be some kind of character customization, or is there going to be, or is it going to be RNG on the loading screen? As we saw
Yeah,
earlier?
it's going to be RNG on the loading screen.
Okay. So there won't be any way for me to like customize what I'm wearing or anything like that.
Not at launch.
Not at
It is something like post-launch that we will try to add because we're definitely going to support this game. So there is like I have created quite an extensive plan.
Okay. Can we share that live?
no. No, because we don't know if we can do those things. So once we know we can confirm these kind of things, then we start to share it. But it's like until the work started, it's like I'm very reluctant to confirm or promise anything because unfortunately these things change. And why isn't this grass growing? There's like a little piece of grass.
I'm doing something risky here. I'm going to pick up some peasants that were behind a portal.
Yeah, so they can actually make it as long as the greed spawn before they get to the greed portal. Like you can time it to where the greed won't go back and go after them.
Okay.
And then they pass after the greed have already left the portal.
Yeah.
So there are other ways why won't this grass grow.
So Chats has pointed out something very important. We haven't shown the Pikemen yet. How do we get the Pikemen?
Yeah, Iron Age, I think. No, stone or iron. I can't remember which one we attached it to.
And how do you get
I'm
them?
just gonna build a wall here.
How do you get the Pikemen once you reach the appropriate age?
Yeah, buy them from a shop. A shop will spawn.
Okay, so then it's probably Iron Age then.
What I want to do is I want some of these shops to move. Right now, the pikemen, after 3 hits, their pike breaks, and you have to buy a new one to get them back to be pikemen. The downside for that I've kind of come to notice is that the pike shop tends to be kind of far away, so
Right.
and same with the catapults and the fire barrels that we've shown that you can get for the
Fire barrels?
Yeah, for the catapults. So what we've done is actually the catapults now are 2 separate shops for each side. So it's not one shop only on the left. So it'll be 2 shops and it'll change as you. I want those to kind of move along as you expand, so that the shop disappears and it reappears closer, so that because the workers have to push the barrels
Right.
to the catapult. So we need to make those things kind of shorter, so that it doesn't become like a pointless grind where it feels annoying and frustrating.
Right. So when you finish that boat, we can go back to the first land. We can get the griffin, which is
If
obviously...
I finish that boat, we still have we only get half the parts, so we still have to buy parts.
Okay.
You can't see the UI because of this wonky donkey resolution.
Donkey resolution.
And there's no grass growing, which really sucks, and that means we're not going to get.
We have grass on
Peasants.
one side, but not on the other one.
Yeah, we might need to get rid of the merchant. He might be worth less to keep than he is
Think so?
money he's giving us. Yeah,
I'm wondering if I can get.
so we
those-
need that grass to our guys to start hunting. You also want to expand your walls and get closer to peasant camps, so that you can recruit them, and then they're protected on their journey to the town to get their tools.
Do we have to get rid of the merchant if we want to expand the wall?
Yep.
Okay. Building a
But
boat
we also have to get
instead
rid of them
pikes.
to get the grass to grow out, because
Yeah.
unfortunately that seeded grass isn't growing, which is a bug, so it should have been growing. Unfortunately, it is not.
So chats are very angry with us for not showing pikemen. Anything we can do about that?
Pray for pikemen.
Hashtag pray for pikemen. Put them in the chat, folks. You know what to do.
Oh, now I just have gems.
Oh, can I have your gems? I'll swap you 3 gems.
I only have 2,
I'll give you.
because you lost all the.
No, you have 3.
Do
I
I
see
have
3.
three?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I do have 3.
I'll give you all my coins for all your gems
Why?
because I want the griffin. Please. Please.
Oh, here's a pikeman.
Perfect.
There's the pike shop.
Then you can buy it with my money, bastard. Buy a pikeman. Chat's gonna kill us. Actually, let's not buy it. Actually, let's buy a pike. Oh, look at him. It's him.
I'm
it's
thinking,
the chosen
but
one.
I'm thinking.
It's Mr. Pike.
I'm thinking the pike breaking isn't. It's not a good experience. So
Look at this guy though.
I want him. I'm thinking maybe they should be. Either they should be able to do more attacks, so it's not more than 3, and yeah, so that they're more valuable.
Okay, real talk, Gordon. Give me my money back because you're a dick. I gotta pay the merchant so he can give us money. Or you suck at this game. It's funny that hashtag pray for pikemen was that quick and efficient. I was not expecting it to be. Gordon, give me the gems!
Oh, where did you get that from?
These are my bros.
Oh.
When you run by, nobody pays taxes. When I come by, they're like, hello, my lord. That's what they say.
Right.
You gonna have voice acting?
Yeah, sure.
I do it.
Pixel voice acting.
Pixelated voice acting. Can we make the pikemen carry more than 1 pike? I don't
No.
think so.
That's impossible. It's physics.
Yeah, the technology just isn't there yet, and we're hoping post-launch.
No. Will never happen. Maybe if we built this game in Unreal.
Unreal.
Because it would be unrealistic.
We're gonna have to wrap this stream up before those jokes get even worse.
Exactly.
I still have 1 coin. I kind of want to go get the peasants, but no.
Did we get how many of those peasants made it?
No idea.
I don't think they made
I don't think they did. Pretty sure they didn't.
Pray for pikemen.
So, what's our goal right now?
Pray for
What are we trying to do?
peasants.
Because you have like
We're trying to get the hell out of here.
you have like all the money. Pray for dual wield. Beautiful. So when is the first blood moon gonna happen?
Maybe he could use them as stilts.
When's the first blood moon gonna happen? That's a cool map idea.
The first blood moon happens after summer. I didn't finish talking about this. So all 4 seasons will take 64 days.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and each one is 16 days long. But what's going to increase the difficulty, instead of having winter be longer, which is one of the ideas, what we decided to do is make blood moons more frequent.
Right.
So I think the max amount that wouldn't feel just weird is I want to do 3 days and there's a blood moon, but we also will remove the recovery days. Okay. So like those will go as time goes further, because ultimately we want players to lose their crown. We want them to start a new reign, and when you start a new reign, you reset basically the difficulty curve of the waves. So you'll have made some progress, you'll have other locations you can travel to, you'll have unlocked the different technologies, you don't lose that. So you'll be able to start building land 1 and rebuilding it and have a better scenario. So we'll get to watch the Pikemen at work. Oh, he is. Yeah, there he did it! He killed him!
No, who's this guy? Peasants.
Get him, get him.
I need money. Someone took all my money. The pikeman killing the peasant.
We need more archers.
Yeah, somebody built out this whole area here, and there's no grass.
Yeah, it didn't seed, which is really strange.
Must be bugged.
Yeah. But why isn't the grass growing here either?
Uh-oh.
It might be a bug. We've had some bugs with the grass, oddly.
There are no bugs in this game.
Oh, there's way too many bugs. It scares me. But yeah, like that's a bug. Grass isn't growing. Maybe we should
we swap land?
Save and quit.
Okay.
And
restart the game, or?
Yeah, and then you'll have to jump back in.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
One of the weird things is sometimes stuff just stops working, but saving and quitting and saving and starting over again actually can kind of clean out the cobwebs in the game system file.
Classic IT.
Yeah.
Cinder says, bugs belong in the grass, working as intended. Okay. Yay, I get to play with you.
Yeah, I'm the best.
You gotta tell the peasants not to salt.
Oh, here's a weird bug. The walls behind your main camp disappear.
What?
Yeah. I think it kind of, I don't think it actually saved. I think it just quit.
Yeah.
No, maybe it
No,
did.
we have a pikeman still. Didn't we build...
Grow grass.
Didn't we build a boat?
I want to stare at the grass
Didn't you...
until it grows.
Didn't you... Why do we have 2 boats?
Yeah.
That's a bug.
Is the grass
Work in progress, folks.
Oh my gosh. This really frustrates me. Like, this has been going on for like a week and a half.
That's a long time.
The grass is just borked. And when the grass is borked, it basically ruins the entire experience. It's weird. Like, it's crazy to say something like that, but it's true. It basically can kind of ruin the whole experience. So, what we're going to do is go to this.
We're going to cheat live on stream? Yeah. Oh, man. Cheating. Are you giving yourself loads of coins?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to go to you.
Oh, wait. Why? Oh, come on. Gordon. Seriously, the boat broke that badly?
Give me something gold.
You guys didn't see that.
That was just an anomaly. It didn't look like anything to me.
Yep.
Give me some of the gold. Come on.
I'm fixing the boat, man. We need to get out of here. I wonder if we built 2 boats.
Both live on stream cheating.
Yeah, when you co-op, you need 2 boats.
Day 250k, I have my doubts. Stream is really disappointed with you right now, Gordon. It's like all of the high scores you were talking about earlier. Apparently, so
I hacked it.
Cameliali has already submitted a report to the Steam police. So Steam police are coming.
What I've done is I use this one: retreat enemies, and then I survive forever.
Wow. Because how do we get the boats? What do we do?
That's what I'm doing. We gotta wait for our builder to build it.
Can we get more builders? Can we spawn?
Yeah,
spawn
we can spawn more builders. spawn more builders.
Oh shit. You can even spawn an Xbox. That's cool. So that's how Gordon got to day 250,000 million.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what he does.
I love that he remembered the exact amount that I made up as well. I made up.
Don't call the Steam police. So are we supposed to...
We're friends with Steam. They will totally not arrest us. That's how you know. Whoa.
You spazzing out? You nervous?
We might not be able to go back to land 1. There was a bug. I just remembered this. Oh, God. So you're supposed to be able to go back right away, but it was probably legacy code that we need to get rid of from new lands, which made you unlock every single...
Oh. So we might be able to go to a different one.
Yeah. Probably go to 3. We'll try.
Let's go back and get the Griffin, right?
No, but that's what I'm going to try to do. But, like I said, the bug...
Did you just go to the same land again?
Let's see. No, I tried to go back to 1. Oh, no. This took us to 3.
Damn it. So there are more gems here. That's okay. As long as there are gems, we're good.
We're not going to be able to show the Griffin. Oh, you know what? We can.
We can do it. We can do it soon. Okay. Can I have the Griffin? There it is. No, up. Yes. The Griffin. Where is it?
It spawned next to me. Oh.
I want the Griffin.
Yeah.
You didn't even care about the Griffin. You didn't even want. I'm gonna get the. Oh, I can't pick a coin up.
Our hermit came with us.
We really need to work on it though. So if you're just joining the stream, this is Kingdom 2 Crowns. This is our upcoming micro-strategy game, which is part of the Kingdom series. This is the third installment of that series, which started with a game called Kingdom.
First true successor.
Yeah, this is a true sequel to
or
the
successor.
original games.
I don't like sequel because
Like
it's like, I don't know. It just, I don't think it explains it
Okay.
well.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, because this is, it's hard to tell because, I mean, it's a simple art style, so it's hard to drastically change that. But what it is it is a very different gameplay experience. Like strategies that you used, most of the strategies you used for new lands won't really work in this, and that's a key aspect that we wanted to happen. We want existing players to come in and have a fresh experience.
Right.
And what we also wanted to do is build an experience that was more, that was easier to kind of grasp and get into for players that, you know, aren't as into hardcore like roguelike style games,
right?
Especially roguelike strategy games, which you know, not everybody. It's not something that everybody enjoys, but all roguelike gamers enjoy campaign style game like this, where you're going to have be able to recover, you know, have decay and have those systems. But not everybody who would enjoy the campaign game enjoys roguelikes.
Right.
So we're trying to just like, you know, create a game that is enjoyable for a wider amount of people. But we are going to have challenge islands though that do keep that roguelike strategy style. So people will have ones that have special rules and special defined scenarios. That, you know, that you can challenge yourself, which is why I guess they're called challenge islands. But you know, so that players can, you know, do something, you know,
challenging.
Yeah, we'll have something that they can do. Like I noticed that a lot of the community members, they kind of made up actually their own rules and would try and adhere to those, but it's easy to kind of screw that up accidentally. Yeah. So what we want to do is create an environment with these challenge islands. They'll be predefined at first, but if we can find a smart way and a good way within the UI, a really cool thing to do would be able to make it to where the players could start creating custom challenges and even maybe share them. But that's a lofty goal. Yeah. But we do have some cool content.
It's true. This isn't really a question, but Cameliali is saying that you are eating gummy worms, and that's the sound of their death every time you pull a worm up from the ground. Is that true?
No, I think it's chicken.
It's chicken worms? Chicken worms confirmed?
Tastes like chicken.
Hashtag unexpected raw fury. Love it.
That's unexpected.
Bad jokes.
Oh, I'm gonna
So-
give myself some more gold.
You gonna cheat again?
Yeah, now that like I've cheated once, like
Well,
yeah, the desire is strong.
So talk about the Griffin. Like, what does the Griffin do? What's different about the Griffin?
It's just a different kind of mount to ride. He has more of a defensive mechanism instead of like an attack mechanism, and to kind of help things out. But mostly because I thought it was really cool.
It looks badass.
It's like, I was like, I want a Griffin in there, and Thomas and I debated on this. He was like, it can't fly, and I was like, it doesn't have to fly. This is a video game. We can make it do whatever we want. And he was like, but it doesn't fly. And he was like, you can't have flying in the game. And I was like, what? We don't have to. It's a video game. So then that's why it crashes into the ground, and it can't fly because it's wounded.
It's Thomas' fault.
And I saved it. Yeah, Thomas made the Thomas. He's very anti-animals. So
Griffin hater.
Yeah. Let me stop watching this. This is gonna be so. What?
We're only
Why are you
joking.
saying that to
Thomas.
me?
We're only joking.
Yeah.
Water Buffalo, interesting question. I just noticed that there's no music. Is the OST not in yet? And I can answer that by saying you are correct. The OST is not in yet because it's still being made. Correct?
No, it's actually, it's not in this build because this build is from yesterday. But today, the new build, all the new music and everything, and sound effects and everything were pushed in. So there's a complete new soundtrack, all like a bunch of new sound effects. Some of the sounds, it's by the same composer and sound designer, Amos Rohde. So he goes by Toy Tree, but I think he's kind of moving away from that because he's kind of getting older and more mature. But it's so he's done all the music for it, and he did the original. So some of the sounds are really iconic. One of the new sounds that you can hear was the gems, but you can hear this. That's a new sound when you pay for a tree to be chopped down.
Cool.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like a saw sound or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
It sounds cool.
But it's different.
Jammy T. Dodgers asks.
See, now the grass is growing.
Yeah.
So leaving
yeah,
that forked land.
That's true. So Jammy T. Dodgers asks if there is a way for us to complete an island without killing anyone or anything. I think
No.
so.
You don't actually kill anything. You just send the greed back to their dimension.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're just goo. They're not anything real.
Goo doesn't have feelings.
No. Slime is a fact.
Alright, I think we're gonna start wrapping this up in just a few minutes. If you have any other questions for Gordon about Kingdom 2 Crowns or about
Mail them to rebelrebel@rawfury.com.
call us live, just drop them in the chat. You know,
Oh no!
you know what to do. You really like expanding the walls, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Hashtag greed lives matter. It's true.
Yeah, but
No, the baker! I forgot that I had the baker.
Whoa!
Yeah. What do I do with the baker again? I put
The
it
baker will bake bread, and then
Sick.
the peasants will run to the bread because they're starving,
Mm.
and they're in the wilderness, and
Yep.
they're just eating. They're eating bark and insects.
Lack of nutrients is what they're eating.
Yep. So they're like like they smell that bread and they come and run.
That's true. So I need a level 2 building in order to be able to upgrade it to a baker, or level 3
For
for a baker. How does that work?
you should whatever the max level tower,
Okay, I'm gonna get one of those then.
but you should fix that wall. That wall is a little bit precarious there.
Precarious, dropping the vocab right there. Cinder, our community manager, has asked us for our release date.
No,
A topic which
no,
we will not discuss.
no.
But the beta date has been confirmed on stream. The
No.
beta is going to be on August the
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it'll be great. It'll be closed. It'll be most likely
It'll be the best beta ever. So many jobs,
so many
citizen jobs.
citizen jobs. Cinder, you are fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Hashtag just started. Hashtag
Frisky.
just fired.
Frisky Donuts wants to be taken out for a date.
What? With a name like Frisky Donuts, I'm not surprised.
Will you go on a date with Frisky
It's
Donuts?
like, as long as the donuts are frisky, I'm in.
Apparently Cinder was just a messenger for Facebook questions, so I guess the appropriate thing to do... Is it Facebook?
You said
I'm
Facebook.
gonna watch the VOD. The appropriate thing to do now is to fire Facebook.
Fire Facebook.
Facebook, you're fired.
Why? What? Wait a second, I'm confused. Why are we firing Facebook? Here's a pro tip of the game. Keep the trees around your peasant camp, and then build a wall around it to protect the peasant camp and farm peasants, which sounds really inappropriate. But it's a fact.
It's a fact that it sounds inappropriate?
No, it's a fact that you can farm them in the game. You cannot farm actual real people.
BD.
Maybe in the future. GMO people.
Not in King. What is the appropriate address for fan mail?
What is the appropriate? It sounds like
what is the appropriate?
We have an
address for
appropriate address, and then we have the inappropriate
We do.
fan mail address. So if you want to send inappropriate fan mail,
You have to Google it.
yeah,
It's on
exactly.
wrong Google. Shinopo says, Liam, go left. I want to see the drawing of the giant. Okay, I'll go left. Totally not concerned about the fact that it's getting to be nighttime.
Risk taker.
Are these what you're
Why
referring
don't
to?
you build the wall around the boat?
Let me do that. That's a good idea.
I really I hope that this is closer. Like I want to build the wall here. And I'm worried that we cannot do that so close.
When you were talking about campaign taking 40 hours earlier, when you say campaign,
Yeah.
what does a campaign entail? Because that's kind of new for Two Crowns.
Well, the campaign is a play session.
What if Greed took a coin and then the other one ran after
Yeah,
him? He was
that's
like,
new.
Give me that.
Oh!
That's cool.
Don't take my dude. No, you took him.
I can relate to that. Chicken sounds. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more questions, and then we're done, and there will be no more live stream, and that'll be very, very good because
It's very, very
It's done.
bad answers.
I'm gonna build a wall. So if you have any last questions for us, please. I accidentally changed mount instead of building the wall. Suck. Oh no! Get away!
Take the beggar! Don't let her go.
Thank you, archers. You rock. Okay, we're doing 3 more questions. 3 final questions. 1 is giveaway. Question mark. No, there won't be a giveaway today.
What?
As a matter of fact, this is the first stream we've done where there hasn't been a
Come
giveaway.
on, people. Don't be so selfish.
Why, do you think we should do a giveaway?
No. What? Give away what? I don't know. Maybe we should. Next time.
Can we give away 1 Steam key for New Lands?
Do we have one?
Yeah.
We can do 1 Steam key for New Lands,
1 key.
1 for Switch, and 1 for Xbox One.
Oh. So there is a giveaway after all.
Sure, why not?
How do you participate in the giveaway, Gordon?
I didn't think that far.
You can make it up. We're flexible. Just come up with a hashtag.
What? That's boring.
No? Why can't I make a bakery?
Oh, it's locked. So we gotta change that. So it's
Like,
like you should be able to make that at the max level that you're able to. Dude, but this is the point. Like, you have to get a lot of these mechanics working. You have to get things in there, and you realize that certain things didn't work, or you didn't think about something, or you didn't think about, like, oh, we forgot this scenario. So that's an important part of developing a game, is that you need to get the mechanics in as quickly as possible, sometimes super rough,
right.
just so you can test that and see, did this work? Does it work in practice, or did it just work in theory, or do we have to take that theory and make adjustments to make it to work and make it fun?
Exactly.
And sometimes it just sucked and you have to get rid of it completely, which always sucks, but that's that's the process. That's what I think makes indie games better. So I have a background in AAA. I worked at DICE on Battlefield, and one of the upsides of working on these smaller games is there is a faster, rapid development in some senses, and then there's ability to prototype, and with that prototyping you can play with things faster and discard things as well. When you have such a big team and you have, so many things going on, you have to plan things out a bit more strictly, and becomes very scary and expensive to add new features, and that's why it is harder for AAA games to implement those things. It sucks, and I know in the AAA scene you always wanted to do really cool things, and then you look at the cost of those things, and the cost if it didn't work, and it becomes very daunting.
That's true. If you want to participate in the giveaway, put hashtag
with no hashtag
cheating Gordon, because he cheated in the game live on stream. Hashtag cheating Gordon.
But how do you pick a winner from that?
I'm just gonna have to pick one. Is there Frisky Donuts? Is there a giveaway bot on Discord we can use? Leo, is there a Discord giveaway bot?
Discord giveaway.
Can we do that? Let's do that.
Here it is. Join our Discord and give us no, because maybe they don't have the game. I was going to say, give us a screenshot. We're giving away a copy of the game.
This is rehearsed, by the way. We had a script. We have a writer. He prepares this all. We have
comedy gold.
We have staff.
Yeah.
There are Discord bots. Does anyone know how we can do that quickly? Because in that case, we'll do it on Discord. That's much cooler than us picking a random person. Although I quite enjoy the cheating Gordon hashtags anyway. Cinder, do you know how to do that? Is that easy to set up? Otherwise, we'll keep it simple.
Are you talking to someone who can't?
I'm looking at chat and I'm expecting answers to happen, and it works. It's like our community managers. Yay! I'm so happy we have a community manager.
Remember, there's quite a long delay on Mixer, so they can cut out curse words.
If I would have known that, I wouldn't have said it. Can be set up. But you don't
I think I've been pretty good, huh? I haven't really cursed, which is
don't have the
disappointing.
status. Leo,
Yes.
can you give Cinder the super admin status? Yeah.
I'll get to work on it.
Okay, so we're gonna get.
We should do a background check.
We'll stay on for a bit longer. We're gonna continue streaming for a bit until we can get the giveaway set up. So don't go anywhere. So we'll do
What?
that. Yeah,
No.
we're doing a giveaway now.
No.
We've committed to this. I'm gonna build a boat. Want to see what happens. Okay, so this is interesting. When we were playing the first island, when I built the boat, all the parts showed up immediately.
Yep.
The second island, a little
Half of it.
harder. This time, what the hell is this? This isn't even a boat.
You need to build it in its entirety.
How many coins do we need for that?
120. There's 60 parts that each cost 2 coins. So
Alright, if you want to be a part of the giveaway for a Kingdom Newlands copy, head over to our Discord. It's at discord.com/rawfury, or is it discord.gg/rawfury? I think it is. And join the Kingdom series chat. In there, Cinder will be providing you with instructions on what to say and how to say it and how to win. There we go. Gordon can be free from his chains and leave the stream. Okay, we'll...
you know what I noticed? There's no spawns for towers. That's a bug.
Yep.
Play testing while play streaming.
Do all our QA live.
That would be so funny.
Alright, so if you want to participate in the giveaway, head over to our Discord. It's going to happen there, and we're going to wrap up the stream here. And we'll be giving away... What are we giving away? Kingdom Newlands for Steam. You were also saying... what?
Switch.
Switch? So if you have a
Xbox.
Switch. Do we have keys for all of those?
Yeah.
Nice!
And PS4, I guess. We can do all of them.
That's awesome. So, thank you
So,
for
like,
joining the
whoever...
stream.
Yeah, so people, they can pick the platform that they want. That's the key for it. So,
Very nice.
4 people, 4 platforms, 4 choices, 44 fours.
444. Kingdom 2 crowns. 4 crowns. Confirmed.
44 crowns.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the stream. This has been our first time streaming on Mixer, which has been really cool.
This is actually the height difference between us.
Yes.
So I made Liam keep his chair at the correct
I'm going to crop you out.
height distance.
Can I just crop you out? Perfect. This is how it needs to be. Thanks for joining us on stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great. It's been really fun to play Kingdom 2 Crowns with you all. This is very
He just wanted me to be closer.
No, oh man. Okay, I'll uncrop you.